Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a secret weapon that most people overlook. It's not talent, not luck, and not even connections. It's something far more reliable, far more powerful: discipline. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what keeps you moving when motivation takes a nosedive. And let's be honest, motivation can be a little flaky, right? One day you're pumped up, ready to take on the world. Next day you're on the couch binging shows. But discipline doesn't care if you're in the mood. Discipline is that quiet, unshakable force that says, get up. Keep going. Discipline is power because it puts you in control of your life. And let's face it, who doesn't want that kind of power? Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Let me ask you this: how many times have you set a goal, big or small, only to lose momentum along the way? Maybe it was a New Year's resolution to hit the gym, a plan to save money, or a promise to spend more quality time with your family. Goals are exciting when we set them. They feel good to talk about. But here's the truth: setting the goal is the easy part. Achieving it, that's where discipline steps in. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to go. Think of it like building a road over a canyon. The goal is on one side and you're standing on the other. Discipline lays down each plank, each nail, each stone, one small action at a time until the bridge is complete and you can walk across to success. But here's the catch: building that bridge takes effort. It's not glamorous, it's not Instagram worthy. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's saying no to the short-term pleasure of scrolling through your phone so you can say yes to the long-term reward of a completed project. Discipline is the unsexy, behind-the-scenes work that leads to extraordinary results. Why is discipline so powerful? Consistency over time yields results. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is success. Discipline helps you show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. This consistency compounds over time, creating momentum that carries you forward. Focus amid distractions. We live in a world full of noise, notifications, deadlines, and a million things pulling us in different directions. Discipline allows you to prioritize what truly matters. It's your ability to focus on the steps that lead to your goal, even when distractions try to pull you off course. Turning intentions into actions. A goal without discipline is just a wish. Discipline transforms your intentions into tangible actions. It's what takes you from dreaming about running a marathon to actually running it. It's the difference between wanting something and working for it. How to build this bridge in your life. Break it down. Big goals can feel overwhelming. The key is to break them into smaller, actionable steps. Want to write a book? Start by committing to writing 200 words a day. Want to lose weight? Start by walking 10 minutes every morning. Each small action builds another piece of the bridge. Create accountability. When the going gets tough, accountability keeps you on track. Find a mentor, coach, or even a friend who can check in with you and celebrate your progress. Discipline thrives when you know someone is rooting for you and watching. Celebrate milestones. Every plank you lay on your bridge deserves recognition. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you how far you've come. Payoff. When you commit to discipline, you give yourself the power to close the gap between dreaming and doing. The goals that once felt impossible start to feel achievable. Over time, they become your reality. The secret is simple: you don't have to leap the canyon in one giant jump. You just have to lay the bridge, one disciplined step at a time, and when you do, you'll find yourself standing on the other side, proud, accomplished, and ready for your next adventure. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Let me ask you this, how many times have you set a goal, big or small, way to lose momentum along the way? Maybe it was a New Year's resolution to hit the gym, a plan to save money, or a promise to spend more quality time with your family. Goals are exciting when we set them, they feel good to talk about, but here's the truth, setting the goal is the easy part. Achieving it, that's where discipline steps in. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to go. Think of it like building a road over a canyon. The goal is on one side and you're standing on the other. Discipline lays down each plank, each nail, each stone, one small action at a time until the bridge is complete and you can walk across to success. But here's the catch, building that bridge takes effort. It's not glamorous, it's not Instagram worthy, it's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's saying no to the short-term pleasure of scrolling through your phone so you can say yes to the long-term reward of a completed project. Discipline is the unsexy, behind-the-scenes work that leads to extraordinary results. Why is discipline so powerful? Consistency over time yields results. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is success. Discipline helps you show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. This consistency compounds over time, creating a momentum that carries you forward. Focus amid distractions. We live in a world full of noise, notifications, deadlines, and a million things pulling us in different directions. Discipline allows you to prioritize what truly matters. It's your ability to focus on the steps that lead to your goal, even when distractions try to pull you off course. Turning intentions into actions. A goal without discipline is just a wish. Discipline transforms your intentions into tangible actions. It's what takes you from dreaming about running a marathon to actually running it. It's the difference between wanting something and working for it. How to build this bridge in your life. Break it down. Big goals can feel overwhelming. The key is to break them into smaller, actionable steps. Want to write a book? Start by committing to writing 200 words a day. Want to lose weight? Start by walking 10 minutes every morning. Each small action builds another piece of the bridge. Create accountability. When the going gets tough, accountability keeps you on track. Find a mentor, a coach, or even a friend who can check in with you and celebrate your progress. Discipline thrives when you know someone is rooting for you and watching. Celebrate milestones. Every plank you lay on your bridge deserves recognition. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you how far you've come. Motivation is a spark, discipline is the engine. Passion. Let's face it, motivation is exhilarating. It's that burst of energy when you feel unstoppable, like nothing can stand in your way. Maybe you watched an inspiring video, heard a powerful speech, or got fired up about a new goal. Motivation is like a spark. It ignites passion, fuels excitement, and gets you moving. But here's the problem, sparks don't last. Motivation is fleeting, it's unpredictable. One day you're all in, ready to conquer the world. The next you're searching for excuses. Ever had a moment where you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or I just don't feel it today? That's motivation abandoning you. This is where discipline becomes your saving grace. Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving forward long after the spark of motivation burns out. It's the steady force that shows up no matter how you feel, no matter what obstacles stand in your way. The difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation is emotional, discipline is practical. Motivation relies on feelings. When you feel inspired, you act. But feelings are unpredictable. They can shift with your mood, your energy levels, or even the weather. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care how you feel. Discipline says show up anyway. Motivation starts the process, discipline sustains it. Motivation is like a match, it lights the fire, but it doesn't keep it burning. Discipline is the fuel that feeds the flame day after day. Without it, the fire fizzles out and you're left right back where you started. Motivation is about excitement, discipline is about commitment. Motivation can inspire action, but discipline is what creates results. Discipline is about doing the work, even when it's hard, boring, or inconvenient. It's not flashy, but it's effective. How to use both motivation and discipline. Motivation isn't useless, it's a great tool to kickstart action, but you can't rely on it to get to the finish line. Here's how you can use motivation and discipline together. Anchor motivation to a larger purpose. Motivation often comes from a vision or goal. Use it as your spark, but tie it to a deeper purpose. Why does this goal matter to you? Write it down, make it visible, and revisit it often. Build systems for discipline. When motivation fades in it, will you need systems to keep you on track? Systems make discipline automatic, for example. If you want to exercise daily, pack your gym bag the night before. If you want to write a book, set a timer for 30 minutes every day and write. If you want to eat healthier, prep meals ahead of time. Celebrate small wins. One of the best ways to reignite motivation is to acknowledge your progress. Discipline might feel monotonous at times, but when you celebrate the little victories, finishing a workout, crossing off a task, or hitting a milestone, it reminds you why you're doing this. Expect the dip and prepare for it. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up. Expect those moments, plan for them. Discipline is about doing it anyway. When you anticipate challenges, they lose their power to derail you. Your future self depends on your present discipline. Have you ever thought about how the choices you make today shape the person you'll be tomorrow? Every decision, every action, every moment of discipline or lack of it is like planting a seed. Your future self will reap the harvest of the seeds you plant right now. The question is, will you grow a garden of success, health, and fulfillment, or will you face a field of regret and missed opportunities? Discipline is the gift you give your future self. It's a way of saying, I care about you enough to make the tough choices now so that life is easier and better for you later. Why discipline shapes your future? Compounding effect of small habits. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, consistent actions taken over time. Think of discipline as an investment. Just like saving a little money every day compounds into a significant sum over time, disciplined habits create a ripple effect that builds momentum toward your goals. For example, reading 10 pages of a book daily might not seem like much, but in a year you'll have read over 10 books. Walking for 30 minutes every day might feel insignificant, but over months it transforms your health. Your future self thrives on the tiny, disciplined actions you take today. Avoiding the regret of inaction. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Are you proud of the choices you're making today, or do you look back and wish you had started sooner, tried harder, or stayed consistent? Regret doesn't come from failure, it comes from not trying. Discipline ensures that you won't have to live with the pain of what could have been. Building resilience and character. Discipline isn't just about achieving goals, it's about becoming the kind of person who can achieve goals. Each time you make a disciplined choice, you strengthen your willpower and build confidence. You prove to yourself that you're capable of showing up, even when it's hard. Your future self will thank you for the resilience you've cultivated. Practical ways to invest in your future self through discipline. Visualize your future self. Take a moment to picture your ideal future self. What do they look like? What do they feel like? What have they achieved? Now ask yourself, what can I do today to make that vision a reality? Focus on the next right action. The idea of changing your life can feel overwhelming, but discipline doesn't require perfection. It only asks that you take the next right step, whether it's hitting the gym, writing a single paragraph, or saving $10. Each small action compounds into big results over time. Create non-negotiables. Set boundaries with yourself. Decide in advance what actions are non-negotiable, like exercising 3 times a week, spending 20 minutes on personal growth, or dedicating time to a passion project. When discipline becomes a habit, it removes the need for constant decision-making. Track your progress. Keep a journal or a habit tracker to monitor your daily actions. Seeing your progress reminds you of the seeds you're planting and motivates you to stay consistent. A message from your future self. Imagine your future self writing you a letter. What would they say? Would they thank you for making disciplined choices, for prioritizing health, learning, and growth? Or would they beg you to start taking life seriously before it's too late? The beautiful thing about discipline is that it gives you control over the story you're writing for your life. You can choose right now to set your future self up for success, freedom, and happiness. The power of present discipline. Your future self isn't some distant stranger. It's you, just a little older, a little wiser, and living the consequences of today's actions. Discipline isn't just about goals, it's about creating a life you're proud to live. Remember this, every disciplined choice you make today is a gift to your future self. It's an act of self-love, respect, and responsibility. So ask yourself, what kind of future do I want? What actions can I take today to create that future? And then go do it. Your future self is counting on you. Discipline frees you, not restricts you. When people hear the word discipline, they often think of restriction, rigidity, or sacrifice. It's easy to associate discipline with what you have to give up or what you're not allowed to do. But the truth is, discipline is not about limiting your freedom, it's about creating it. Discipline is what allows you to take control of your life, make intentional choices, and break free from the chaos of bad habits, distractions, and regrets. Without discipline, you become a prisoner of your impulses, constantly reacting to life instead of creating the life you want. Let's reframe discipline. It's not a punishment, it's the ultimate form of self-respect and self-care. It's not about saying no to everything, it's about saying yes to the things that truly matter. How discipline creates freedom. Freedom from regret. When you live without discipline, you often find yourself saying, I wish I had done this, or if only I had started sooner. Regret is a heavy burden to carry. Discipline eliminates that weight by ensuring you show up for your goals and dreams every day. For example, if you consistently save money, you won't feel trapped when an unexpected expense arises. If you stick to a workout routine, you'll enjoy the freedom of good health and energy instead of dealing with the consequences of neglect. Freedom from chaos. Without discipline, life can feel chaotic. You're constantly playing catch up, stressed by deadlines, or overwhelmed by a lack of structure. Discipline brings order to the chaos. It allows you to plan, prioritize, and take control of your time, giving you the freedom to fun, to focus on what matters most. The freedom to choose. Ironically, discipline gives you more options, not fewer, for example. Financial discipline creates the freedom to travel, retire early, or pursue passions. Physical discipline gives you the freedom to enjoy life with energy and vitality. Career discipline opens doors to opportunities because you've built skills and credibility over time. When you master discipline, you're no longer bound by circumstances. You get to create the life you want. Freedom from emotional turmoil. Lack of discipline often leads to anxiety, guilt, and frustration. Think about how you feel when you procrastinate or break a promise to yourself. It's exhausting. Discipline removes that emotional drain by giving you the satisfaction of knowing you've done what needed to be done. How to embrace discipline as freedom. Reframe your mindset. Start viewing discipline as a tool for empowerment rather than restriction. Instead of thinking, I can't eat this dessert, tell yourself, I'm choosing health because I value my body. Instead of I have to work on this project, say, I'm building the future I want. Focus on the bigger picture. Discipline may feel uncomfortable in the moment, but it's a small price to pay for long-term freedom. Remember why you're doing it, whether it's financial security, better health, or career success. Keeping your eye on the prize makes the effort worthwhile. Embrace structure to create flexibility. Structure may sound rigid, but it actually creates more room for spontaneity, for example. If you schedule focused work hours, you free up time later to relax guilt-free. If you follow a budget, you can enjoy spending without worrying about debt. Celebrate the freedom discipline brings. Take note of the freedoms you're gaining from your discipline. Maybe you feel lighter because you're sticking to a health routine, or more confident because you've mastered a skill. Recognizing these wins reinforces the idea that discipline isn't taking away your freedom, it's expanding it. The paradox of discipline. Here's the paradox: true freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That kind of life often leads to chaos, regret, and limitations. Real freedom comes from discipline because it allows you to align your actions with your values and goals. Think of discipline like the rails on a train track. The rails don't limit the train, they guide it to its destination. Without them, the train would veer off course and never reach where it's supposed to go. Similarly, discipline is what keeps you aligned with your purpose, leading you to a life of freedom, fulfillment, and success. Willpower is limited, systems are unlimited. Many of us rely on sheer willpower to achieve our goals. We tell ourselves, I just need to try harder, or this time I'll stick to it. And while willpower is a useful tool, it's also a finite resource. I think of willpower like a battery. It starts strong in the morning but drains as you face decisions, temptations, and challenges throughout the day. The truth is, willpower alone isn't enough to create lasting change or consistent results. That's where systems come in. Systems don't rely on your mood, energy, or motivation. They're frameworks that guide your actions automatically, allowing you to stay disciplined even when willpower runs dry. Why willpower is limited. Decision fatigue. Every time you make a decision, you use a little bit of mental energy. Over time, this leads to decision fatigue, making it harder to resist temptations or stay focused on your goals. By the end of the day, you're more likely to skip the gym, reach for junk food, or procrastinate. Emotional influence. Willpower is easily swayed by emotions. A stressful day at work, an argument with a friend, or even a bad night's sleep can weaken your resolve. Inconsistency. Willpower depends on your state of mind, which fluctuates from day to day. Some days you feel strong and motivated, other days you struggle to get out of bed. Why systems are unlimited. Systems take the burden off your willpower by automating your habits and decisions. They're designed to work in the background, creating consistency and momentum without requiring constant effort. Here's how. Eliminating decision fatigue. With systems in place, you don't have to decide what to do every time, you just follow the plan. For example, a meal prep system removes the need to decide what to eat. A workout schedule eliminates the question of whether you'll exercise. A morning routine sets the tone for a productive day without relying on motivation. Creating consistency. Systems operate regardless of how you feel. Even on bad days, the structure is there to guide you. For example, if your system is to wake up at 6 a.m. and write for 30 minutes, you're far more likely to stick to it than if you rely on willpower to find time to write. Scaling progress. Systems allow you to build habits that compound over time. Once a system is in place, it becomes easier to add new goals or scale existing ones. For example, once you've established a system for saving money, you can build on it by investing. How to create effective systems. Identify your goals and challenges. Start by clarifying what you want to achieve and where you typically struggle. For example, if you want to exercise more but find it hard to stay consistent, your system might involve scheduling workouts in advance and laying out your gym clothes the night before. Make it automatic. Design systems that require minimal effort to follow. For example, use apps to automate bill payments or habit tracking. Set reminders for daily tasks like drinking water or taking breaks. Batch tasks like meal prepping or content creation to save time and energy. And simplify your environment. Set up your environment to support your system. If you want to eat healthier, stock your kitchen with nutritious foods and remove junk food. If you want to focus on deep work, create a clutter-free workspace. Track progress and adjust. No system is perfect right out of the gate. Monitor how it's working and make adjustments as needed. Over time, your system will become more refined and effective. Examples of systems in action. Fitness goals. Instead of relying on willpower to go to the gym, create a system. Schedule workouts at the same time every day. Pack your gym bag the night before. Use a fitness app to track progress and provide accountability. Financial discipline. To save money, build a system. Automate a portion of your paycheck to go directly into savings. Use a budgeting app to track expenses. Set specific, measurable goals for your savings milestones. Work productivity. To stay focused at work, establish a system. Use time blocking to schedule your tasks. Turn off notifications during deep work sessions. End each day by planning the next. The freedom of systems. The beauty of systems is that they free up mental and emotional energy. Instead of wrestling with willpower, you can focus on executing the system and let it guide you toward your goals. Over time, these systems become habits, and habits become part of your identity. By recognizing the limitations of willpower and leaning into the power of systems, you unlock the potential to achieve consistency, progress, and success. So the question is, what systems can you put in place today to make your goals inevitable? Would you like examples of systems tailored to a specific goal you have in mind?